right, so it's kind of at that point in the season where I'm getting discouraged because I just finished spending like a week or more redoing all my fencing to make it rabbit proof, and then I go out and I find that 5 of my newly planted in the last week or so and carefully tended cauliflower and broccoli plants have been just nipped off and eaten into little pieces, and I have no idea how a rabbit got into the fence, but that's an obvious sign that rabbits are doing damage. The added thing is, like, the other day after I'd built the rabbit fence and I got some cabbages planted and I had them going with good mulch around them, and then I came back and they were all wilting, and I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Why? Like, I'm watering them regularly. Are they getting some kind of a disease? Fortunately, I went down and I felt and like pushed them into the ground and realized that moles had been making tunnels under the entire mulched part, and had basically built tunnels right in the root systems of these cabbages. And so they were just dying from not getting enough water because the roots were not attached to soil at all anymore. So I pushed down every plant, and every single one of them had a hole underneath it, had a tunnel underneath it. And it's just like, what more can I do? Like, I built this rabbit fence to keep the rabbits out, and then the moles are a problem. And it's like, in addition to this, we haven't had any rain for probably a month and a half or so, I'm thinking. And it's been over 90 every day for the last 3 days, and before that it was in the upper 80s for a really long time. So we're not getting rain. I'm having to spend all my time watering and coddling my starts to get them going, and then they get eaten by rabbits. So this is growing your own food. This is trying to live sustainably. This is what it's like trying to do this. It's not easy. Not easy. It's a lot of extra work, and you're in a constant battle with the weather. That is obviously getting worse because people are destroying the planet. So I'm going to check the weather today and see what we've got in the forecast. And it is a high of 94 today. Tomorrow 91. Wednesday 86. Thursday 89. Friday 89. Sunny, sunny, sunny. Just think about the fact that we don't have any rain, and I water by hand from either my cistern or from the pond water for the hoop house in the vineyard, and I use county water for my garden over by the parking lot because we haven't gotten any rain, so I can't fill up the water tank that's over there. So this is what I'm dealing with in trying to water my plants and nurture them at this key time of the year. So I'm in my garden, and this is the second day that I've come in here to find rabbits have somehow gotten into my newly fenced and rabbit fenced garden and have devoured all my hard work. So here, this used to be a bed of cauliflower and broccoli. You can see there's basically nothing left. Like, this is left, that's the only one. This one got devoured, that one got devoured. Most of them are just completely gone. Like this one, nipped off completely, just left there. This one nipped off almost completely and just left there. I don't even know why they do this. They don't eat the plants. They destroy them. And this is like months of hard work, months of watering and tending and nurturing these plants that I started myself. And then I come out here and in one night I find utter destruction. Yet I've put a week or more, 2 weeks into building this fence, putting this fence in and making sure that it was going to be rabbit proof. And it seems like maybe Home Depot's fencing just is not really rabbit proof, but this is crazy. I am so discouraged and I just want to give up. You know, a point like this, I just want to give up because I don't know what to do. I mean, there's green everywhere. A rabbit could eat anything that it wanted, anything, and yet it tries to make its way inside of a fence, and then it just devours my weeks of hard work. This is why I have no problem at all killing rabbits and eating them. and why I think it's should be one of our goals to like get rid of as many rabbits here as possible, because I'm just so sick of this happening to me. It happens all the time. And I try to do what I can to prevent it from happening, and obviously you see that it doesn't work. A bunch of you commented when you saw that I was having rabbit problems and saw that fence and said, oh, there's no way that that fence is rabbit proof, and I didn't really know that, but you all were right. So I just came out to check on my garden and see if anything had changed since I redid the fencing, because this rabbit fencing that I got at Home Depot is not rabbit fencing. Yesterday I went out to my other garden and there was a rabbit in there, and I saw it just hop right through one of these squares, the lowest one of course. It just went through there like a tiger running through a hoop, jumping through a hoop, and it did not touch the fence at all. So totally useless as rabbit fencing, yet at Home Depot sold as rabbit fencing. So what I've done is put this ugly ass chicken wire on here, which I didn't want to have to deal with chicken wire at all because it sucks. So I have to, because otherwise the rabbits will just jump right through this fencing. I don't know whoever tested this to think that it would be rabbit proof, but it's just so not rabbit proof, not even close to rabbit proof, yet it's sold as a product called rabbit fencing. Maybe it's called rabbit fencing because it's intended to trick the gardener into thinking that their fence is rabbit proof, and it's actually good for the rabbits. It's like rabbit fencing to benefit the rabbits. But it appears that finally my garden is rabbit proofed, because I've had these new starts out here for a day or so and haven't seen them getting devoured yet. What's left of my peas here, I might get like a tiny crop out of the like 5 or 6 plants that are still alive in here. All these ones that were eaten down to the ground are totally worthless now. They're not going to do anything. And the carrots, at least some of the carrots are still left. I thinned them out last night, but I think the rabbits got to these ones over here. I was getting so discouraged. I was just about to give up because but I'm going to go to Home Depot and see if I can get my money back. I'm going to definitely return the other fencing, rabbit fencing, but all the time that I put into making this fence, and it's just totally useless for the entire purpose that I spent all that time installing it for, just because Home Depot called it rabbit fencing, and it's totally not. What a waste of time and money. I spent like $150 on fencing from Home Depot. Fuck you, Home Depot. Fuck you. Guess that was my mistake, was in supporting a big box store that obviously doesn't really give a shit about the products that they sell. There's a banjo pup. She found her way over here. I think she usually just sniffs me out. She's got such a good sniffer. Alright, well, please subscribe to my channel and share and like the video, and I'll see you next time.